Welcome back to the St. Nick podcast. I'm just going to be driving around this time, but I'm going to talk about the government in the podcast. So basically, the United States government is completely corrupt. Nobody's doing anything about it. God will lead you out of the matrix if you follow the 12-step program, which I already showed you. If you follow the Bible accurately and you're repenting your sins, you will escape the matrix, because when you become more like Jesus, when you become more like the perfect person, you actually escape the matrix. So that's what all these famous people have found. They found out how to escape the matrix, and if you want to escape the matrix, then you have to become a better person, or you're going to stay stuck exactly where you are. Yeah, my words get tangled or whatever, but, so the United States government is responsible for all of these atrocities. It's responsible for Vietnam, it's responsible for killing Native people, it's responsible for deforesting, things, it's responsible for consumerism because they keep advertising. It's responsible for alcoholism. It's responsible for drugs. It's responsible for the homeless crisis. It's responsible for these drugs still being on the streets. The police are doing absolutely nothing about it. The government's doing nothing about it. It's responsible for mass hypnosis, which is basically telling your little kids how to live their lives, and that they should. I was watching that Super Mario Brothers movie, and they showed a scene of basically hell, and then these monsters were chasing Luigi, and it was a really scary scene. But to make it better, so the relief, so you're scared, you're a little kid, and you're scared, you're freaked out, and then to make it better, they show you a happier scene of people punching a coin block. They just punch a coin block, and money comes out of the coin block. Like in Mario, when you punch the block, money comes out of the block. And all that stuff is influencing your children, and that's what the government does. And then we're taught to buy, you need the Ford F-150 or whatever. And there's this guy right in front of me right now, and he has nothing in his truck. So why do you need a vehicle that is wasting all this resources? And this is what the government is telling you to do. This is what that media is telling you to do. They're broadcasting dead bodies, they're broadcasting the war, they're spreading a whole bunch of hate into the world, and they are making you angry. Angry at each other, but you're never going to be mad at the government, because you're never going to be mad at the government, because it's not their fault. It's not their fault that we did Vietnam, for no reason. It's not their fault that we are out there sending our troops to die at some of these locations for basically zero reason. I do support, if there is an actual reason, I do support the military. I fully support the military if there's an actual reason. And we do have one of the best military forces on this planet. So yes, that is good. I'm not completely against the military, because like, if someone, I was a security guard for a while, and if someone's going to try to slit my throat, I would rather have a gun on me, or I would rather have, mainly just a gun. Because you have to protect yourself, too. They are also poisoning your food. I mean, maybe it's just these corporations. It's the government. It's definitely the government. And it's these corporations, and then they get you addicted to watching all this social media, and people are now starting to watch me. And I mean, yes, that's good. I do have valuable information and stuff like that, but you have a lot of information in your head too. But when you switch it to like, how do I improve my life? As soon as you switch it to that, instead of pointing the finger, that's when your life will change. As soon as you switch it to, how do I improve my life? How do I start doing the right things or whatever? Well, it's simple. You just start doing the right things. That's how you do it. Well, I found God. I was chosen by God, specifically. I've been chosen my entire life. Like, when I was 1, I had open heart surgery. Like, I've just been chosen. I don't know why. God picked me, but he picked me for a reason, and we're going to figure out that reason together. You guys will see me do good things for the planet. I'm already trying to do good things, but you're going to see me get better and better and better, and I keep going to church, and I'm going on these walks and stuff like that, because I'm trying to improve my life, and I'm trying to get this whole podcast started. And then it would be great, like, if people would help donate and stuff like that, because I want to keep doing this for you guys. I want to keep being healthy. I want to keep leading by example for you guys. But in about 2 months or so, I'm probably going to start running into bills again, so I'm going to have to actually start working again. I might start working before then, but, like, I might need your guys' help financially. Like, you don't have to, like, if you don't have money for it or anything, like, do not give it to me. Like, do not be obligated to actually do that for me. So, if you want to and you have extra funds, sure, it doesn't matter. But, yeah, so, like, the government is completely evil. Every single thing they do, like, you see, Donald Trump, he just, like, he stormed his own capital. He's not spreading the message, but he has word of mouth right there. Everybody in the world is listening to the president. So when you say these words that are wrong, then you're telling the entire world that. So when you say, oh, fuck you or whatever, then you're telling the entire world that. Yes, I'm not popular enough or whatever. You're not supposed to be saying that at all. I'm not supposed to be saying that either. Like, yes, I make mistakes. I've gone through so much stuff. Like, I have been mentally ill. I don't think I'm mentally ill, but, like, yeah, I had a different childhood or whatever, where I grew up with some of these weird people and stuff like that. So it's just, it's not the way I was taught, and I had to go through that stuff to get to where I'm at today, and now I'm completely knowledgeable about all this stuff. When you go to a mental hospital and then that's another thing the government doesn't take care of. They don't take care of the mentally ill people. I saw this one guy, he's just walking on the street in a hospital gown, and it's just like, and then when I was a security guard, this meth head had their entire face scratched up. She actually did go to jail, but the jails aren't even taking care of the people. Like, the government's causing all these problems, and then they're pretending to fix it. And then you have all of this construction happening, and it's like, do we really need all this stuff, or is it just part of our bigger, better, whatever? Like, that's what you're taught. I need it bigger, I need the next thing, I need better, 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 better. And it's just like, I mean, do you actually really need a better car? Maybe. Some of you do. I'm sure some of you might need a better car. But, like, if you have a Prius, why are you buying a Hummer as well? Like, and you're just wasting a whole bunch of gas. It's, pretty crazy. It's really crazy. And then these, construction and, like, union jobs or whatever, some of these people just get paid to, like, just sit there and stuff, and it's just like, okay, well, that's not right. And then there's a lot of things that aren't right, and then it's not right that people have to, like, work in a factory standing there for 12 hours. Like, they could just have, like, a robot or something do it, but I mean, they do want to give people jobs, which is, it's okay, I guess, but they're teaching you to go off this monetary system. And so, would you trade the money that you had to save your entire family? You probably would. I mean, some of you might not actually do that, which is pretty messed up, but if a terrorist was going to kill your entire family, are you going to trade your money, or are you going to trade your family? You'll probably give that terrorist every single penny that you have, because there are things out there that are way more important than money. And one of the things that are more important than a job is finding your purpose in life. And once you find your purpose in life, once you find your calling, like, it'll change your life. And my calling is helping people, and it's going to change my life. I just passed 3,000 people on TikTok or whatever. I just got over 3,000 people following me, and since yesterday, I think that number has gone up by like 20 or so. So every single day, I'm getting more people, and in the last 7 days, I've reached out to 87,000 viewers, or 83,000 viewers. So what I'm doing is working, but it's, I mean, it'll work over time. I'm getting more and more people aware of me, and I'm getting more people aware of like the situation and stuff going around them. So we have like all of these cars driving right now, and then like the government just hides all this information from us. So like you don't know about so we're gonna send you out into the wilderness, right? We're gonna send you into the Amazon jungle, and you don't know a single thing about survival. You have zero survival skills. Probably. I mean, some of you have survival skills, so I can't always say everyone doesn't have that, but some people do. But, I mean, I highly doubt that 90% of Americans have any survival skills. You saw when COVID happened, everything shut down. So what's going to happen when you don't have any more food on your table? What's going to happen? Like, you just ran out of toilet paper because the government is in complete control, and they regained control. And then what's going to happen when the city becomes under attack like it did last time, and they break into your house and they kill you? Not the government, but other people around you, because the government failed to do their job. And they're teaching your kid that the government is the thing to depend on in this school. They don't teach your kid about real life stuff. They teach your kid about a Holocaust. Most of those teachers probably worship God, honestly, because they're teaching kids about the Holocaust to prevent it. And you see some of these Gen Z kids actually trying to dismantle the government, like everyone else on this planet is supposed to be doing right now, because the government is 100% evil, and they're causing all of the problems. Every single problem is caused by the government. So, and then Biden goes up there on the presidential screen or whatever, and he told Donald Trump to shut up. It's just like, there's a better way to actually say things. So if you're actually a good person, but you're idolizing people, like, you are idolizing the president, and that's also a problem. The Bible tells you not to do that. You're not supposed to idolize people, because so you're looking up to these people, but you're kind of missing out on your entire life. Like, some of these people have stuff to help you, but you cannot follow every single thing that person says, because if you follow that person, some people, what I'm telling you right now is fact. Like, you can look it up. It's on the computer and whatever. But if Andrew Tate is telling you stuff like, what kind of color Bugatti do you have, or what, you can't listen to every single thing a person says. You can't hang on to every single word that they say. There's a problem with doing that. I mean, it takes away from your individualism. Yeah, I'm just passing by Bellevue, and we have all of these gigantic buildings right here, and we have a homeless crisis. It's great that we have these towers and towers and towers of buildings, and I bet half of those office buildings up there are completely unused, because half of those people are like, I'm not going to risk my life coming to this job when I can work at home. So now you have people working at home, and half of those buildings are open, and we still have these homeless people on the streets, even though we have houses for them. I know they're going to destroy everything, but they were also taught to destroy everything because, like, they didn't know what to do. They're broken people, and they were broken by the government, because the government's supposed to be leading the way. The government's supposed to be telling people how to better their lives. The government's supposed to work for the people, not the other way around. The people aren't supposed to work for these corporations. The people aren't supposed to work for this stuff. Those corporations and the government are supposed to work for the people. That's how it's supposed to go. Like, you guys just have everything backwards. Every single thing in your life is backwards. Every single thing we're taught is wrong. And it's a fact. It's an undeniable fact. Every single thing that you were taught is probably wrong. And it's hard to overcome, so instead of dealing with the fact that everything you're taught is almost wrong, then you are dealing with alcohol avoidance, you're watching the media, and instead of looking at yourself and saying, what's actually wrong with me, you're completely ignoring everything. And you were taught to do that. You were taught to do that by your parents. You were taught to do that by your friends. Just ignore it, man. You'll be okay. That wolf's gonna eat you. Now the sun's coming out again. I love the sun. I'm gonna just ignore that whole thing. But yeah, those animals, I went to the beach the other day, and those animals, they know to run away from me. Humans don't know when they're in danger anymore. And that's because the government doesn't want you to know that you're endangered. It's kind of like, you see a tiger just like, crawling on the ground, is slowly sneaking up, and then it's going to attack you and kill you. Same thing with the boiling frog experiment, or whatever. You put a frog in this vase, or whatever, in this pan, and you slowly rise up the heat until it dies. They're trying to kill you. Elon Musk is one of the people that are like, no, I don't want people to live forever. And he's also super freaked out about the simulation or whatever. He says we're in a simulation, but we're not in a simulation. We're under God. And people know this. Like, we are under God. One nation under God. The land for you and me. Like, and they're destroying it. They destroyed America. That's what I was taught in school. This land is here for you and me. One nation under God. And you took God out of the school district. You guys are not following God. So how do you proclaim to be one nation under God? You're not under God anymore. I don't know if we ever were under God. Maybe at one point. And then, people got really mad at Abraham Lincoln. They turned his back on him. Or whatever. Yeah, it's ridiculous. They flipped him over and they turned their back on him because he spoke the truth and he set all the slaves free. So if you guys want to keep being slaves, if black people want to keep being slaves for this government, then I mean, that's what's happening right now again. And Abraham Lincoln, he set you free by telling the truth, and I'm telling you guys the truth right now. And you already know that thing, the truth will set you free. Yeah, I'm setting all of you free. I'm setting all of these people free. That's what I'm doing. Maybe you should be doing the same thing. I'm the same person, I mean, like, I'm doing the same thing that Martin Luther King did right now. I'm speaking out against the government and all of this corruption, except for I'm doing even more than that because I'm speaking out against hate itself. I'm speaking out against fear itself. I mean, you should hate evil. Like, you really should hate evil, but like, you're supposed to be happier and stuff like that. Like, yeah, you're supposed to be happier because of God or what, and you will be happier because of God. Before I was screaming my head off because of all this stuff. Maybe, I mean, I'm just a very intelligent person, so my happiness is a little bit different, but I'm really happy to be telling you guys. I'm happy that I figured out my purpose in life. I am very grateful for everything that God has blessed me with. Like, I am very grateful to Him. And you can see from my first video, like, I wouldn't have anything without God. So I will follow that guy until I die. And He's going to do amazing things for my life. He's going to do amazing things, miracles, things that you guys think are not possible. And you guys think you know it's real, but you don't. You don't know a lot of things because you don't know how to build a spacecraft. Do you know how to build a spacecraft? No. So stop lying to me and telling me you know a whole bunch of things. Stop being ignorant. And that's a bad word for me to call people. There are good words and there are bad people, but bad words. There are good people and bad people. Yeah, whatever. But you have to watch your words. Like, and I know that. Like, I don't know. I'm so distracted by all of this stuff going on in my life. It's not ruining my life. It's very good for me. I made a mistake and I drank last night, and then I turned on like subscribers on my TikTok, which means I tried to charge people money for it. And yeah, you're gonna make mistakes. Like, you're not always gonna be able to walk the righteous path, and you're not expected to. You're not. I mean, you are expected to, but it's kind of different than. It is different than being perfect. The righteous path is not the same as being perfect. You're not expected to be perfect. Because you can try as hard as you want and you're not going to be Jesus. But you should try to get as close to Jesus as you possibly can. And I already told you guys, using that 12-step program, you can check out that second video. You're able to clear your consciousness. You're able to give all your things to God. Every single thing. All your worries, give it to God. Every single thing. So it clears your entire brain. And what I'm speaking is truth, because I've done it. I've literally already done it. And that's why I am who I am. I cleared out all negativity from my life. And you can see, you're probably not even going to be able to see because I make so many videos now. But probably about 4, maybe 5 weeks ago now, I went on vacation and I was extremely bliss and happy and joyful because I found God and I found my purpose in life, and I'm really happy about it. And maybe I don't seem as happy right now, but the truth hurts. You can't handle the truth. The truth is a lot. It's a lot to deal with. It's a ton to deal with. And trying to do everything by myself is mainly like the main bad factor of this. I feel like I'm trying to do everything myself. I'm going to be going, well, actually I'm headed to church right now. I'm going to this church that my friend says actually probably better understands like the message and everything. This church supposedly is able to cure cancer from people or something like that, but there's different pastors that are actually on the right path, and there's different pastors that aren't on the right path. So if your pastor is like super overweight, maybe he's not on the right path. I'm sorry to say, but God told those people to take care of their body, and are they taking care of their body? A lot of them aren't. I mean, you're supposed to be going against evil and helping the situation. So when you're hiding all this knowledge, you have a lot of knowledge. I know, like, it's about life. So you have you have a ton of knowledge about life. It's all about life. Like, you have a ton. Like, how old are you? So you have that many years of experience on life. And you need to use that as your advantage. And the government doesn't want you to know that. Why would they want you to be empowered? But you also have to watch out when you become powerful. you're going to say a lot of things and you're going to hurt a lot of people. So you have to be self-conscious. You have to be aware of what you're doing. And a lot of these people, it's pride. So pride is one of the hardest sins. They are not fully aware of what they are doing because they don't even think about it. They're just ignorant. They're completely ignorant to their own actions. It's pretty ridiculous. Like, they don't pay attention to the people that they're actually affecting, just like me. It's a very hard thing to do. It's, yeah, and then just God keeps giving me things, giving me new ways. It's because when you try to look at bettering yourself, there's a whole bunch of ways. Like, there's a billion ways. There's probably an infinite amount of ways to better yourself, and there's probably an infinite amount of ways to hurt yourself. So, it's what path are you going to choose? Are you going to keep walking down the same path that every single person is on? The broad path. Every person on this planet right now is on the broad path. They want to keep partying. They want to keep doing all this stuff. Or do you want to walk down the righteous path? Do you want to do right? And then if you walk down that righteous path, it's going to be very hard. Your family is going to go against you. Your friends are going to go against you. Every single person on this planet is going to go against you. But you're going to be doing the right thing. You're actually going to be doing the right thing. And you could be remembered like somebody like Gandhi. Gandhi was he was a human being. Martin Luther King, human being. John F. Kennedy, human being. These people are human beings. Like, they're not aliens. They're human beings. David Goggins, human being. David Goggins has a crazy mind. He's gone through hell, and he almost destroyed his body because of what he believes in, which you're not supposed to do either. But, I mean, nobody's perfect, but look at how many people he helped because of that. Like, David Goggins has helped, like, millions and millions of people. He's probably helped over 100 million people, I would guarantee. Because, like, you don't realize how powerful you are. So, I mean, Bill Gates or whatever, still human being. Elon Musk, human being. And you're saying you're different? You're saying you're not a human being? Then what are you? If you're not a human being, then what are you? I mean, you're able to do these things. It's, you don't know what's real or not. You don't know what reality is. Reality is an illusion. Albert Einstein. You don't know what reality is what I'm telling you. You have zero idea. I'm telling you, I'm one of the smartest people on this planet. You are too, honestly. But you just need to figure out that you're one of the smartest people on this planet. You believe that you're not, but you are. I mean, you've had just enough life experience as almost everybody else. You've had the same life experience. Like, some of you guys are older than me, which means you have even more life experience than I do. Like, it's crazy. So once you figure out what I'm talking about, like, I'm also very, very, very intelligent myself anyways, but use your experience in life as an advantage for you. You know what you're talking about. Don't let anyone tell you you don't know what you're talking about. You know exactly what you're talking about. I mean, some of you guys can say you're lost or whatever, but you're not actually lost. Like, you know exactly what you're talking about when you say something. The problem is, if you're trying to hurt people, it's not good. If you're trying to help people, then it is good. But you know exactly what's going on. So you can either choose to help or you can choose to hurt. Those are like the two options. You can hurt yourself, you can hurt the people around you, or you can help yourself and you can help the people around you. But there's only two options. There's only two paths. That's it. And you're stuck on the path anyways. You can't escape. There's no escape. There is no escape. You're not going to get out of being on the path because you're already on the path. You're already alive listening to me right now. So, if you kill yourself, you're still on the path. You just hurt yourself. But you're still on the path. And everything that I'm saying is pretty much the truth. So, and God is real, and I proved that, like, mathematically and stuff. It's basically, it's this, if you start doing all this bad stuff to your body, then you die. And the thing keeping you alive is God. So if you get closer to God, then you live. You actually get to live. And this is proved mathematically. I don't know if you guys understand that or not. And then I still understand how the brain works. I understand how they're doing this to you. There's 3 compartments in your brain, basically. So there's knowledge, which you have a ton of. And then there's positive and there's negative. And they keep filling your water cup with negative. Like, if you have a cup of water, if you put wine in it, it turns to wine. If you put red food dye, it turns into red food dye. But they're filling your head with as much negative stuff as they possibly can to keep you down, to keep you from accessing the middle part of your brain. The middle part of your brain is knowledge. They're keeping you from accessing your knowledge part of your brain. And the knowledge is power. They're keeping you away from your knowledge and your brain. That's what they're doing. That's exactly what they do. They keep you away from God. God is all-knowing. He knows everything. So when you know a lot more than another person, you're able to take advantage of them. You're able to do that. And then you're able to manipulate them. So when you know something, you're able to take control over people. You're able to control people. Just like if you know more than a dog, you're able to command the dog to do every single thing that you want. And sometimes that dog isn't going to listen to you. But if that dog's listening to you and has faith in you, like the government, like you having faith in the government or whatever, like then you or whatever, if you have faith in your government and they're telling you to do something, you're going to blindly follow them, and they can lead you to their grave, to your grave. There was a horses thing. There's 300 horses or whatever. The captain led all 300 horses off the cliff, and they blindly followed him. They blindly followed him. Same thing with Hitler. Led every single person to their destruction. They believed in him, they had faith in him, and look what happened. The Holocaust? Yeah, like, you guys need to figure out what's going on. And they're keeping you from accessing the knowledge part of your brain. They're keeping you away from God. That's why they're taking God out of the school district. They do not want you to know about God. They do not want you to get close to that guy. And to get close to God, to get close to Jesus, is by repenting your sins. Because instead of being negative all the time, then you start focusing on the other side of your brain. There's 3 portions to your brain. So you have knowledge, and then you have negative, and you have positive. Positive, as soon as you start flipping from negative to positive, and there's false positive too. So don't be delusional. Don't be delusional and say that you know everything, because you don't. You don't. That's not real. So there's false positivity. You think it's real, but it's not. Real positivity, eating healthy, working out, learning stuff. I shouldn't flip you off. Learning stuff. That's real positivity. Helping your mother. Helping your dad. Calling your grandma on the phone to talk to her because she's lonely. That's real positivity. And these people know about that. But you know what's even more real positivity than talking to your family? Trying to convince the entire world of this. Which is what I'm doing. So I'm doing one of the best things on this planet. So, of course, God chose me. Like, I'm doing one of the best things that you can even do on this planet. And that is try to convince the entire planet itself of what I'm talking about, of God. Trying to convince the entire planet of how good God is. God loves you. God is the only reason you're staying alive. And if you want to see an example of God, look up to that sun. That sun has never done you wrong. It's burnt you if you're white, because, well, he didn't do you wrong. You did him wrong. You're an idiot. You shouldn't have gone out in the sunshine all day. You're an idiot. Not that sun. That sun never did anything wrong to you. You don't have to worship the sun. You're not supposed to worship the sun. But that's a perfect example right there. And if you don't like the sun, then if you turn away from the sun, you're evil. Did you know that? If you hate the sunlight, you're actually evil. You're doing all these things wrong. And that's why, like, when you get a hangover or whatever, and you see the sunshine, it's because you did something wrong. You're not supposed to do that. Like, it's how life works. I know exactly how life works. So you can either believe me or you cannot believe me. I really don't. I mean, you can't argue against a fact. You guys keep trying. You guys keep trying to not have open ears. You keep trying to cut your ears off. But it's a fact. I know exactly how life works. And that's a fact. It's not going to change. I mean, it's through my experience. I've had $1 million worth of rehab that taught me how the brain works. I've had hundreds and hundreds of hours of Audible books. I've listened to 600 podcasts. I mean, maybe you guys should listen to what I'm saying to you guys, because I'm telling you the truth. I'm not trying to steer you down a dark hole like your government is. I'm telling you the truth, the entire truth, and yeah, you guys need to listen, and I would appreciate it so much if you shared this specific episode. I think this is the best episode we've had so far. Share this episode to these people, because it will change their lives. It will fix their entire life. Like, I know how to fix your entire life. And it's either you are going to listen to me and believe what I'm saying, or you're not. So that's on you. But if you believe what I'm saying, please spread this to other people. Please say that you should listen to the 5th episode of Saint Nick's podcast. And you're going to help me doing that at the same time. You're going to help me, you're going to help them, and then you're going to help yourself because you did a good thing. Like, I mean, it's a win-win-win. It's not even a double win. It's like a triple win. Please just share my name to these people. I'm trying to help these people. I'm really trying to help these people. I'm giving them a lot of good information from my head. And you guys do have a lot of good information in your head too. But, I mean, please help me out. I've been helping you out. Please help me. I also have donations set up, or whatever. Like, please share this specific podcast with people. Maybe my other ones are off, but I feel like this one's way more true. Yeah. I hope you guys have a good day. Stay healthy. Don't overthink too much. Just be happy and stuff. Like, I mean, don't be happy, but I mean, happiness not always, but yeah, I don't know. Just have a good day, be healthy, try to relax. I know it's a lot of information and stuff for you guys, but you guys are gonna get through it. Use God for everything that you need. Yeah, that's the end of the podcast.